Warning: the following chapter contains spoilers from Stormbringer, Legend of the 23rd Century. If you haven't read this book, it's available from Amazon, Nook, Kobo, Smashwords, and all other good ebook retailers. Chapter 1: Parting Gift. A police car screeched to a halt on the icy road outside the boarded-up Manchester Applied Physics Labs building. Boris Petrov slept peacefully in the driver's seat. His lack of sleep over the previous night and a run-in with a Pangolorb tank had left him quite exhausted. "Boris, wake up! We're here!" shouted Boris from the boy's black mask, which had been cast onto the passenger seat. The child snored without stirring. "I told him I wasn't loud enough," grumbled the artificial intelligence before it remotely turned the car radio up to full volume. A riff of loud heavy metal music screamed from the interior speakers, shocking the fatigued boy and forcing him out of his deep slumber. "Boris! Turn that classical music off!" roared Boris over the din. "Just making sure you're awake," stated the AI once the din of guitars and drums had faded into silence. "Back the car up into the alley. I've got a few things to pack," yawned the boy as he completed his Teslageist costume and activated the stealth feature, turning him completely invisible. He squeezed himself through a gap in the wooden boards which covered one of the shattered ground floor windows. After a few minutes, a trolley came out through the fire exit. It was loaded with cardboard boxes of various sizes. "I hope these supplies will be enough to get us to Athens," said the Teslageist as he opened the car boot and wedged the cardboard packages next to a robotic mannequin which stared blankly into the winter sky. "I've been meaning to ask, what do you have planned for that thing? Douglas took my dad's mind and killed his body, so I'm going to load his memories into this until I can build him a better one. Just promise me one thing, Boris." "Anything." "Whatever you do, don't give me any details on the time machine. We've got a big enough bootstrap paradox on our hands as it is." "No problem, Teslageist. Let's get your dad back first. We can worry about time travel later." "Not yet. There's one more thing we need to finish here." "To the medical labs!" chanted the boy as he slammed the boot shut and ran to the driver door. The Manchester Medical Labs building had been cordoned off by a large team of police officers. An army of forensic experts were searching for clues, both inside and out of the tower. "Stay very quiet," whispered the Teslageist as he slowly opened the door of his commandeered vehicle. "How'd they get here so fast?" "I called them just after we were here the last time. I thought your father deserved a proper burial." "I didn't think of that," admitted the boy as he crept through the smashed front door. On the first floor, the Teslageist found a room containing 6 large cylindrical water tanks. 5 of the tanks each contained what appeared to be a small misshapen animal, which swayed gradually in the invisible current. The 6th had been smashed and was being examined by a team of forensic experts in white coats. "I want as much of this tissue brought back to the lab as possible," insisted one of the older-looking women in the team. An indistinct dark pink mass lay on the bottom of the tank, with only a long thin tube extending from its top. The end of the fleshy tube had been cut and clamped to stop it from bleeding. "Where's the boy?" wondered the Teslageist. "What boy?" whispered Boris. "The boy June told me about. They must have already got him out." "We passed an ambulance on our way in. They were loading a child into it." "That's him then. Nothing more we can do for him, but there's one more thing I need to do downstairs." "Is it important?" "Vital," said the Teslageist quietly as he made his way back to the stairs. 8 cryogenic cylinders lay silently in a room on the ground floor. The door to the room opened, then closed. "Lock the door and don't let anyone in," instructed the Teslageist as he removed his hooded mask. "Done," stated Boris as the lock clicked. "I promise I'll get you back, Dad. I've got you a new body, and I'm coming to save you, and our family'll be complete again," said Boris with a tear in his eye. He examined the tube where his father had laid frozen earlier that morning, but it was now empty. "They've emptied them all, sir." "I didn't even get to say goodbye," wailed the boy. "Come on. The sooner we find Mintnet, the sooner you can say hello." You're right," he admitted, before securing his mask onto the rest of his costume. "I just need to grab something from the next room." In a room further along the corridor, a pair of men in hard hats were examining a hole which had been smashed through a wall. "What do you think did this, Arkid?" muttered the elder builder. "Couldn't say. Good thing this isn't a supporting wall, though," said the apprentice. "Another foot to the left and it would have hit a girder. Looks like we can give the all clear." "Hey, what's this?" wondered the young tradesman, as he plucked a dusty ballerina bear from the rubble. "Put that down, lad. You don't want to get your fingerprints on that," ordered the senior man, as he slapped the bear from his apprentice's grasp. "Oh yeah, the serial killer. How many bodies did they find?" "Half a dozen, all in the next room." While they chatted, they failed to notice the cuddly white bear rise up from the ground and disappear, followed by its dusty gold dress, which had been discarded nearby. A lone officer examined the Teslageist's borrowed police car. "What's a Cheshire cruiser doing all the way up here?" The driver door opened, then closed a second later before the vehicle started, apparently on its own. "I didn't see nothing," whispered the bemused policeman, as the car in front of him sped away. Almost an hour later, the police car slowly made its way through a crowd of news reporters which had gathered at the gates of the United Military Base at Menwith Hill. Once on the grounds, an armoured personnel carrier barred the vehicle's path. "You again?" came a female voice from the loudspeakers on the APC. The door of the police car opened. "Yeah, I'm back. I've got a couple of things for the Stormbringer," stated the Teslageist as he made himself visible. Mills and Private Sampson jumped down from the APC. "Is June all right?" asked the boy. "Oh, yeah. The ambulance took her, but I was given this to pass on to her 12 years ago," sighed Mills as he produced a yellow envelope. "Funny, I didn't think at the time I'd see her again, but the date it says to pass it on to her is 2 days from now." "Right," said the Teslageist sceptically, as he paused to think about what Mills had just said. "Of course! The time machine! This suit I'm wearing was left for me 12 years ago too. What about the others?" "Miller's going to be fine, but it looks like Carter'll lose a leg. They left with June, but the Sarge," explained Private Sampson before he trailed off. "The sergeant didn't make it," interrupted Mills sadly. "Oh, I lost my dad too. Dr. Douglas'll pay for what he's done," vowed the Teslageist. "Anything you need, just ask," offered Mills. "We could use a ride to Greece." "Ah, there's a problem there. Greece isn't signed up to the UM yet. We could have flown you into an airbase over there, but there's no way I could get clearance." "Thanks anyway, Mr. Mills. Boris, how long will it take to get us to Athens?" "That depends on our mode of transport. There's a daily train which takes damaged cars to the Atlas Auto Repair Yard in Aspropragos, just a few miles from Athens." "How would we get on board?" "There was a big pile-up last night in Macclesfield town centre. They're still clearing the wrecked police cars. They might not notice an extra vehicle. We should blend right in." "Boris, you're a genius. And you've given me an idea. How long will it take to get there?" "The train's scheduled to arrive in Aspropragos on Thursday morning." "Thursday? Looks like I won't be home for Christmas. But if I can get Dad back, that'll be better than all the Christmas presents in the world. I'm sorry I couldn't save the sergeant, but thank you for helping me stop the Pangalorb." "It wasn't your fault. I'm just glad your friend showed up when she did, otherwise we'd all be dead," said Private Sampson cheerily, before giving the Teslageist a firm pat on the back. "Good luck, kid. You said you had something for June," sighed Mills. "Oh yeah, here," mumbled the boy, as he produced the dusty ballerina bear and its dress. "This has seen better days," remarked Private Sampson. "Oh, it's June's. Someone stole it, and I think it means a lot to her. We'll look after it." "Thanks. Oh, and I need to leave a message for June, but I don't have time to write it," said Boris sadly. "Dictate it to me on the way. When the power comes back on here, I'll print it in Mr. Mills' office," offered Boris. "You can do that," said Mills, surprised at how easily the artificial intelligence could get around the security measures. "I can. I have stored your network structure, and the program I installed on your server will give me direct access." Great. I'll dictate the letter on the way. Well, goodbye. I've got a train to catch. See ya, cheered Sampson. Mills waved before turning away to hide his sadness from the crowd of journalists. They had trained their cameras on the boy, who had apparently appeared from thin air. The police car, with the Teslageist invisible in the driver's seat again, reversed slowly through the crowd before speeding away once it was clear of the swarm of camera crews and reporters.